Hi everybody, all my followers, welcome to another video. So the video today is on this 2010 Mercedes E350. This actually belongs to my neighbor, just right across the road. And this came to me because of a door problem. So what this does is, I'm going to show you. As you can see, I have the lock here locked. Okay. And when I lock the car, unlock, lock, nothing happens. Okay, now the funny thing is, I'm going to lock it. I want to see if you can hear it. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it. Can you hear that sort of hum noise? I don't know if you can. I put a little bit of spray because I was here just playing with it, try to understand what was wrong, and I actually made that work a couple times, and then it stopped working again. And I can hear this hum noise inside, so I'm not really sure. Oh, hold on. So I push this down. There we go, you see? Now it locks. Look at that. I think this is a lubrication problem. So, but looks like I'm not going to be able to lubricate enough through here, so I'm going to have to dismantle the door card and try to see if we can lubricate the actually inside of the lock. Why these had to be all riveted? Oh, damn it. Oh well, not a lot we can do. Let's gonna drill them out. So, all out, it's a lot of work. So the lock and the handle, everything comes off at once. So you need to take this little cover and do a screw that's in there. Then you are able to pull this section out where the barrel is. Then you have a screw in there and a screw in there, and that kind of releases the wall outside handle, and then on the inside obviously you have the bolt here, two bolts here, one there for the actually latch, and that's about here. And then everything comes off in one piece, as you can see. And now we are gonna go on the lock. I think I took a little bit more than I needed, but it was the first time me doing this, so I was not 100% sure. And then before we put everything back on, we're going to lubricate these cables, etc. But yeah. So yeah, let's gonna get to the lock, see if I can dismantle this lock maybe, and try to see if lubrication resolves the issue. And a few days later, we are back onto this, and unfortunately there's nothing I can do with that lock. The lock is rivet everywhere. Sometimes you can get away with it. This time I didn't really bother because it was a nightmare to get to the lock. I managed to get it to work a couple times again, and then it stopped again, and I just thought, you know what. Anyway, in the meantime, as I was working on this, the owner actually came across. As I said to you guys, this car belongs to my neighbor across the road. He came, he asked me, I told him what was going on, and to be fair with you, he just said, look, just go to Mercedes and get another lock. That's pretty much what he said. I gave him the option. I said, look, it's probably going to be an expensive lock, and you can probably try a second hand, but he was not bothered. He said, no, just get me a lock from Mercedes, that's it. So we did that. So I get a new lock. Just arrived today. Well, I picked it up today after work, and this is a 231 pounds lock, which we are going now to reinstall, and then hopefully that will fix the problem. Put everything back on, all the liners, rivet the panel again, and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do next. Right, and the way you guys do this is, obviously the lock, this panel, everything is one piece. So I've just assembled the lock back into that, everything back in place, and the panel, this aluminum panel is just here, is not yet secured. As you can, it's all riveted, so we're gonna have to get some rivets for this, but it's just here in place. But I just want to show you that it is working. So when you look in there, there we go, there we go, it is working fine, which is good. But yeah, so literally you just slide it through the side at the same time as the inner part of the handle. So this inner part here slides in at the same time. Obviously you have two screws here to kind of help you guide you, and everything slides into here at the same time. And yeah, it's all one big assemble. Not too difficult, but a lot of the times this panel comes off and then the lock comes off. In this case, everything comes out at once. That's the reason why we had to remove the window. Oops, because I haven't opened the car. That's the reason why we had to remove the window in order to remove the panel, because the regulator inside obviously is attached, is riveted to this panel as well, up here, as you can see. So everything comes up at once. A little bit of fiddling, but once you know how to get to it, it's relatively easy. So now we're going to carry on assembling this, get the rivets around here, put the window back in place, etc, etc, and we are nearly done. We are nearly done. So it took me a little bit because I struggled with the rivets. This is a quite big and thick rivet, and the rivet gun, if you will, that I have is just a normal sort of pliers type. So I definitely struggled with those, but got it all back in place. All the trims, everything is done, everything is working. So I can obviously show you. I just need to clear the airbag light because we had the module disconnected. The module comes with that inner metal cover, and obviously I have this disconnected, but I'm going to show you quickly that everything is working. So key on, let me just turn that off. So the window is working. I need to give a clean to this glass though. And the locking, as I'm going to show you here. Beautiful. And everything else is working. Seat adjustment, lights are working, all the buttons are working here. Everything is working. So all we need to do now, as I'm going to show you, is get rid of. Is the airbag light goes off? I don't think it will. Oh, actually it did. Okay, so it was an airbag light coming on and airbag warning, but obviously because we connected everything, the code is gone. But still, I'm going to plug in the Maxi-Cs and clear the code, and then we'll wrap up this video. And that's it, all done. The car is literally fault free. There's no faults anywhere. There was loads of faults for no communications with that door and some other stuff. Airbag, obviously some other old faults in there for battery, but other than that, the car is fault free. And that's it really. At the moment I'm just updating the Maxi-Cs with some softwares available, and as you've seen guys, nothing really rocket science in the end, just a lock. We didn't even attempt to repair the lock because, as I explained, the owner just wanted a brand new lock from the dealer, and that's it really. So it was just a lock replacement, and I didn't even take you through a lot of details on this, but you know, it is what it is sometimes. Guys, you can easily figure out these things anyway. The hardest part on this particular case, to be honest with you, is the panel, because you need to drill the rivets and then obviously put new rivets, and I've struggled again, as I said, with my rivet tool. I need to upgrade that as well, but everything's done, everything's fixed, the car is done. So with no further ado guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope maybe you learned something. If you still have any questions or any comments, you guys know exactly how it works, just put them right below, and like always, thanks for watching.